The Gionee ELIFE S5.5, also known as the world's thinnest smartphone. Now that's saying a lot. So how thin exactly is the S5.5? Well, in this video, that's what we're gonna find out. Hey guys, Manu here for C4 Tech, and without any further ado, let's get started. Now before we go into the actual comparison, this is the Gionee ELIFE S5.5. If you guys didn't know already, this phone is a whopping 5.55mm thin, breaking the previous record of the Vivo X3, which was at 5.57mm thin. Now first up on our list, we've got the thickest of all, the Htc One M8. The M8 is 9.35mm thick. Although you might not be able to feel the thickness, mostly due to the fact that the whole back of the phone is curved to the edges and it makes it feel a lot thinner than it actually is. Again, the Htc One M8 is at 9.35mm, and as always the S5.5 is at a thickness of 5.55mm. Next up on our list, we've got the iPhone 5C. The iPhone 5C is at a thickness of 9mm. As you can see, the iPhone 5C is a lot thicker than the S5.5, although mostly due to the fact that the iPhone 5C has a plastic back and the plastic is too thick. Moving on, we've got the LG G2, which is at a thickness of 8.9mm. Again, the G2 feels a lot lighter in the hand, again mostly due to the fact that the LG G2 uses more plastic compared to the metal and glass on the S5.5. Moving on, we've got the Nexus 5. This phone is at a thickness of 8.6mm, although if you have one of these models where the front of the phone is black and the back is white, the phone actually looks a lot thinner than it actually is. Although the Nexus 5 does feel a lot lighter in the hands, mostly due to the fact that it uses more plastic compared to glass and metal on the S5.5. Next up, we've got the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. The Note 3 is at a thickness of 8.3mm. Now I do understand the fact that the Note 3 has a bigger display and is also a bigger phone overall, but when you hold it in the hands, the thickness doesn't really affect any functionality. Moving on, we've got the Sony Xperia Z2. The Z2 is the closest competition to the S5.5, but purely from a cosmetic point of view. Mainly because it uses a similar metal and glass design. Now I have to say, I used to like the metal and glass design of the Z1 and the Z2, but the S5.5 feels a lot slicker in the hand, even with glass on the front and on the back. Next up on our list, we have the thinnest of all, the Samsung Galaxy S5, which is at a thickness of 8.1mm. Now I do understand the fact that Samsung had to compromise the thickness of the phone to get the IP67 certification, but it is still one of the thinnest flagships available out there. Well, since we've got the thickness comparison out of the way, it's time for my personal opinion. I personally use a Micromax Canvas 4 as my daily driver, and it is at a thickness of 8.9mm. Now when I first picked up the S5.5, my mind was just blown away. If there is a phone that I want to upgrade to right now, it will be, and it is, the Gionee ELIFE S5.5. But purely from a cosmetic point of view. Did Gionee have to make any compromises at all to make a phone this thin? Well, the S5.5 has a 5-inch Super AMOLED 1080p display with a pixel density of 441 pixels per inch. It's got 16GB of inbuilt storage and obviously no room for expansion. Underneath the hood, it is powered by a Mediatek 6592 true octa-core chipset, coupled with a Mali 450 MP4 GPU and 2GB of RAM. All of this is powered by a 2300 mAh non-user replaceable battery. Anyway, if you guys do want to know more about the Gionee ELIFE S5.5, we're gonna be coming out with a review real soon, so make sure you stay subscribed for that. If you guys do want to pick up the Gionee ELIFE S5.5, you can do it from Amazon or on Flipkart. I'll leave direct links in the description as always. And hey, while you're down there, don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and if you'd like to see more, make sure you stay subscribed. Also, what do you guys think about the ELIFE S5.5? Do you guys think that the title of the world's thinnest smartphone is just enough to get you to buy this phone? Or does the brand value and the Mediatek chipset keep you back from buying it? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is Manu once again for C4D Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye bye now.